Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of chaos. I am a teacher and I try and garden after school, and I've been trying to film for several days now and the project's kind of all over the place. But we went to the plant festival this past Saturday and I got several annuals that I got put into the ground, and like normal, I forgot to make an intro for the video, so I'm making it now. I'm going to walk you through what I got and the different places that we put them in. I have some containers that I planted. I put some annuals in the landscape, and I'm going to walk you through all of that. All right, so this is the next annual that we're going to be planting today, and this is Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. I had two of these in containers that are just going to be too big for the container that they're in. The container would be fine for them, but these guys grow massive, and I've grown them before and I was just being stupid. I have a tater tot arb in that container, and I knew that these would eventually suffocate out that arb, so I don't want to even mess with it. I slept on it and I'm going to be pushing them into the landscape. So I've got spots in several beds that I'm going to be tucking them in, and one of them is this spot here. So a lot of this is perennial or shrubs and has a lot of blank areas that I need to add color to. So I'm going to be adding one here, probably one here, one up here, and one in between. This is a limelight hydrangea and then a magnolia. So I'm going to be putting one there just so that we get pops of pink throughout this garden bed. This is where we completed our last set of planting. So I put, I believe it is 6 Supertunia Vista Bubblegum in this garden bed. And I kind of walked you through how and why I was going to put them in here earlier. But like I said, this is a Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. It gets 12 to 24 inches wide, and I've actually had it wider than that. It is not hardy in our area. It's an annual, but you do not have to deadhead the Supertunias. They kind of bury their dead, so they will look incredible here. I made a drift through, so it starts here and comes down. I just wanted a big shot of color as all of these perennials and shrubs kind of grow in. I've got it around, this is agapanthus here, and I've got it kind of sweeping around that and coming through. This is a perennial cricket grass. Then I've got some iris. I separated an iris. It wasn't doing so well, so I cut it back a little bit. I think it's going to be fine. I just wanted to give it a chance to root in. But this is going to be a really nice block of color that you see from our driveway and from the street. Okay, so I've got 2 pots that flank our lounge chairs for the pool, and I just wanted some simple arrangements in these pots. So my thriller for these is going to be this elephant ear, and I believe it's a heart of the jungle. I originally thought it was coffee cups because of the furrowed edges when I got it at the plant festival, but I believe it is heart of the jungle. It did not come with the plant tag, but I know that it's proven winners. And then I'm also going to be using this Superbena that I also got at the plant festival, and it is Superbena Stormburst. So it gets about 6 to 12 inches wide, and it mounds up a little bit, probably about 8 inches tall. So 6 to 12 inches tall, so 8 inches in the middle there. It's hardy 8A through 11B. So we're a 7B here in central Kentucky. It's obviously an annual. So both these will be treated like annuals, and I've got this ×2, so I'm gonna be doing 2 different pots. Okay, so these are the containers that we got completed on the video. I showed earlier me getting these in the ground. This is that Superbena, and this is the elephant ears, both from proven winners. I only have 2 plants in this pot, and they're gonna fill in for sure. The Superbena will fill in the sides. The elephant ear will get around 3 feet tall. It's gonna look great. Behind it, I have some daylilies I got at the festival from our Daylily Society. And I've got 3 of them in the ground there to replace a grass. And we will get these pots put on drip. That is gonna be a project for another day. I'm gonna make a drip video for 2025. I have a lot of people watching my old drip video, and I just wanna update it a little bit with the products that are now available. So I'll walk you through all of that and getting these pots set up on drip in that video. I also planted, so beside the planters, this is the other side of the lounge area, but I also planted the Incrediball Sunflower from Proven Winners here. They can grow up to 3 to 4 feet tall and about 2.5 to 3 feet wide. It may outgrow this spot, so I may have to move it in the garden, but they're a great annual. Let me show you the tag. So here is the tag for this Incrediball Yellow, and it gets 24 to 42 inches tall, so about 4 feet tall. So it is an annual except in zones 9A to 11B, and we're a 10A year, so it's hardy down to 30 degrees. It definitely is not going to survive, but it's going to put on a ton of color. It will be a great cut flower for the kitchen. I love it to death. We put one out in the landscape, so I'm going to show you that here in a minute. So here in this bed, I planted our blue suede shoes, Rockin' Blue Suede Shoes annual Salvia, and it gets 30 to 40 inches tall. I'll back up here in a second once I give you the specs and show you the kind of the lay of the land. We're still back by our pool area, It looks like these get 30 to 40 inches tall. They spread out about 18 inches. They're annual except in zones 9A to 11B. So we are a 10A. This is an annual. It's not going to come back. I did have one of these self-seed at my other property, but that's a one-off. It's probably not going to come back. So I have 3 of them in this bed, and the reason that I put them here is I split agapanthus, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agapanthus. I split 2 plants to get these 5, and I'm gonna bet that they're not gonna bloom this year. They have these really pretty purple bloom stalks. They're more tropical plant. I'm surprised that they've lived in our zone, but I want to give them a shot. They're gonna look really beautiful if they do root in here and don't die in the wintertime. But I have that drifted in, so I wanted to fill it in with annual color until those kind of make mark. So I've got 1, 2, and 3 of my salvias planted back here, and they will look spectacular when they're in bloom. So I'm gonna back up even a little bit more. Ignore this Proven Winners rose. It is not going there. I will show it to you in another video. I was trying to kind of figure out where I wanted to put it, but I chose to do the salvia here instead. This agapanthus is doing really well, so that's why there's a big gap between these 3. But I wanted a more like normal drift of plants. I didn't want it to look too uniform. And we've got, I started the video, but I have not told you about him, but this is the Midnight Masquerade Penstemon, and it is so gorgeous right now. It is in full bloom. I would say that it's about 2.5 feet tall, so these are almost full grown. I am in love. Favorite perennial of the garden this year so far. So I just wanted to give you an update on those while we were over here. So I chose the Penstemon as a backdrop for the end of the video as well because it looks spectacular. But sorry again for the chaos gardening that has happened over the last couple of days, but I definitely wanted to show you the annuals and where I got them put into the ground. We will be getting more annuals later, so I'll bring you along for that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the videos. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks, bye.